Hey guys, today I would like to talk to you about 4 types of problems that startups often try to solve. And that's quite important because that may have a tremendous impact on your sales process and therefore profitability. So let's start with the obvious must-haves and nice-to-haves. We all heard it from different mentors, and we know that the must-haves in business are like IT system, payroll, stuff like that. Nice to haves would be your productivity tools that help you, but you really don't need them. So now the question is, what are the other 2 types? Actually, you would have thought that nice to have is this a worst possible case in terms of problems to address, but there's one even worse than that, and that is unknown problem. And unknown problems are problems that founders, quite often very sophisticated, coming with a very deep expertise from often a very niche application, they find a problem there, they address it, let's presume perfectly, and then they try to sell to the rest of the market. The problem is that quite often different segments of the market, they don't know this problem exists, or they don't believe it's a problem actually. So what it means for you, and when you are addressing such an unknown problem, is that you have to educate the market. And this is really painful, it's time consuming, therefore expensive, and therefore it's going to be less profitable for you. So make sure that you're not solving an unknown problem. On the other hand, the big advantage of solving such a problem, if you are aware of that, is that you might be actually creating your own vertical, which is amazing because then you occupy this white space as the first incumbent and you might be able to maximize your profits. But in majority of the cases, actually nearly no one creates new verticals, and probably also in your case, it is not the case. So what is the best problem now to solve? So we have the unknown problems, we have nice to haves, we have must haves. So what is the best problem to actually address? The best types of problems to address are the burning problems or urgent problems. So by definition, these problems do not occur naturally or persistently, and they are typically triggered by something, some event. That could be a regulatory change, that could be a security breach, that could be a merger or acquisition. So in all these cases, what is changing is the selling process, and that is people might be willing to pay much more for whatever you're offering because it's so urgent, and at the same time they might be willing to accept much lower quality, which is always great. And also in many cases the sales process is simplified. There's no RFPs, there's no comparison with competition. If you're solving perfectly the problem, they might be willing to simply go with it and simply sign it off much quicker. All right, so these were the 2 additional types of problems that people often not consider: unknown problems and burning problems. So yeah, check what your startup is doing.